From Bernie Madoff to the latest crypto cons, modern scams have siphoned billions from investors. But what if I told you they all follow a playbook written over a century ago? It was written by a charismatic con artist who promised an unbelievable 50% return in just 45 days. This is the story of Charles Ponzi. But while his name became a synonym for financial fraud, did he really invent it? Carlo Pietro Giovanni Guglielmo Tebaldo Ponzi landed in Boston from Italy in 1903 with just a couple of dollars in his pocket, having gambled away the rest of his money on the ship over. He was a man with a taste for the good life, but a deep-seated hatred for actual hard work. His first few years in North America were a string of failures and petty crimes, even landing him in a Canadian prison for forging a check. But Ponzi had two things going for him: unshakable self-confidence and a charm that could sell anything. He just needed the right story. By 1919, back in Boston, he thought he'd finally found it. On the surface, his idea was brilliant and seemed totally legal. It revolved around something called an International Reply Coupon, or IRC. These were basically vouchers you could buy in one country and trade for postage stamps in another. Because currency values were all over the place after World War I, Ponzi claimed he could buy these coupons cheap in foreign countries and cash them in for a huge profit in the United States. He wasn't quiet about it either, boasting about potential returns as high as 400%. This practice, known as arbitrage, is a real business strategy, and if Ponzi had just stuck to that, we wouldn't be talking about him today. But he quickly realized there was a much, much faster way to get rich. In January 1920, Ponzi opened the Securities Exchange Company and started looking for investors. He made a promise that was simply too good to pass up: a 50% profit in 45 days, or double your money in 90. It was electrifying. In the first month, 18 people gave him a combined $1,800. And, true to his word, he paid them back with their promised profits. But here's the real trick. The secret wasn't arbitrage, it was far simpler. He was paying off those first investors with the cash he got from a second wave of investors. This simple deception created an illusion of incredible success, and words spread like wildfire. Soon, everyone from working-class immigrants to Boston's elite were lining up, practically begging to hand over their cash. At his peak, Ponzi was raking in $250,000 a day. He bought a 20-room mansion and lived the high life, the very picture of the American dream. The math of a Ponzi scheme is ruthless. It needs a constantly growing stream of new money to pay off the old investors. As long as the newcomers kept lining up, the illusion held. But a house of cards can't stand forever. Journalists and authorities started getting suspicious. How was he making so much money from postal coupons? An audit soon exposed the truth. Ponzi had barely any of the coupons he claimed to be trading. His entire business was a work of fiction. Ponzi was arrested and spent more than a decade in prison before being deported. He died broke, but his name achieved a dark kind of immortality. His story is a powerful reminder that if an investment sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. The type of fraud Charles Ponzi ran wasn't actually new. Similar schemes had been documented for decades before him, but he executed it on such a spectacular scale that it was forever named after him. The Ponzi scheme became a major blueprint for investment fraud. nearly a century. The final nail in the coffin was a front-page story in the Boston Post that revealed his past criminal record. Public confidence, the only thing actually propping up this whole fantasy, evaporated overnight. A full-blown panic kicked off as investors scrambled to get their money out. But there was no money to get. The scheme imploded in August 1920, wiping out the life savings of thousands. All told, investors lost an estimated $20 million, a staggering sum for the time. Today, from Wall Street to the world of crypto, the playbook lives on. It preys on our hope and the intoxicating promise of easy money. And to think, the most famous version of it all started with a charming conman from Italy who sold a dream built on nothing but thin air.